Here we are with another Hoover. This is one of those little sort of battery operated ones. I don't actually know what it's called. It's a DC31 Animal. This was actually my dad's. It's quite old. I remember this. I remember they had this when I used to live with them. So we're talking, I moved out about 5-6 years ago. No, about 5 years ago I moved out. So we're talking, this is at least 5 years old, this particular one. I think it's supposed to have other tools, but all he had was this crevice tool left now. So, but I do use it on a regular basis. It's quite handy. The battery doesn't last very long, but it's got a high speed and a low speed, so you know, battery lasts maybe 10 minutes. I don't know what it's supposed to last, but it's a pretty good handy little tool. But because I've had quite a good reaction to my other Hoover videos, like the Hoover maintenance video and the one washing the filters on the DC07. I've had 2 or 3 messages, private messages asking for more help and advice with Hoovers. So what I've done is, on purpose, I've been using this one a lot recently, and I've made sure it's got plenty dirty. There's quite a lot of dust on there. I usually wipe my Hoovers over every couple of times I use them, but I haven't on this one on purpose, so that it's got dirty. You know, I've emptied the bin out, but it's got a lot of dust and dirt in there because I haven't wiped it around and everything on purpose, so that I can demonstrate how to sort of, you know, take care of one of these. It's pretty much the same as any other Hoover, but you want to see the videos, you'll get the videos. So what I use, as always, is baby wipes. These are very, very handy for cleaning. As you can see up there, I have a collection of baby wipes. Get a big box of them for something stupid like £6 or something in Asda. You get all those in there. Lovely, lovely jubbly. They're only the cheap ones anyway. Wouldn't use expensive ones on things like this. Anyway, so just give it a wipe over. That's what I usually do. You know, make sure you keep them clean. In a minute we'll clean the filter, but just make sure you keep your Hoover clean, because you know it is a thing to clean. You know, it cleans, doesn't it? So it makes sense to keep it clean. There's no point in having something that cleans and having the thing itself dirty, is there really? So make sure you keep it nice and clean. So I've just given it a quick wipe over, but what you want to do is obviously break it down. So you take the tool off, give that a wipe over around there, give all the seal a wipe over in there. Separate your filter, where it's the filter button there. Separate that, press that, and that comes away from there, from the motor unit. There's the filter. We'll cover the filter in a minute, but first we want to give everything a nice wipe over it and a nice clean, don't we? So what we want to do is, we want to do it with one hand is difficult, but we want to empty the bin, and then we want to remove the cyclone unit from the bin, so we can give the bin a clean with the wet wipes, and we can also give the cyclone unit thingamajig a clean with the wet wipes, and we can clean the motor unit with the wet wipes. Get everything nice and clean before we start cleaning the filter. As you can see, by using a flathead screwdriver now, I have taken the end here out of the cyclone unit, and you can see all the dirt was built up inside there. That's obviously not good, is it? This is why you need to do a deep clean every now and again, to get rid of all this dirt built up. That fell out when I took it apart, so you know, just give it a scrape out with the screwdriver, give it a clean, and that'll keep that going anyway. Right, as you can see, I have broken down the entire device, machine, whatever you want to call it, chicken. We have the battery, which is now nice and clean. You know, no dirt, dust, a little bit smeary from the wet wipes, but I'll just go over it with a dry cloth in a minute after I've done the filter. Anyway, there's the battery, cyclone unit back together, nice and clean inside there now. You know, it's a little bit of smearing on there, but like I said, dry cloth fixed that lovely job. All nice and clean in there. So that's that. Then we got the tool. It's clean. Everything is nice now. Motor unit all nice and clean in there. Motors, turbines all clean. All cleaned it up nicely. And the bin isn't super clean, it's gone a little bit smeary, but you know, the dirt's going to go straight back in there as soon as I use it anyway, so not too bothered about inside the bin. It's just the outside that I wanted to clean, and the working mechanisms. Now probably one of the most important things is this filter. I've literally just taken it out. I haven't cleaned it or patted it out or anything yet. That is how it was. I've been using it thoroughly, trying to get as much dirt in it as possible to show you the difference after washing it. So that's the filter, how it came out. I've been hoovering up dust, hairs, whatever I can find to hoover up, I hoovered it up. So that's that filter. So let's go and give it a wash. You just have to wash it the same as the other one in the DC31, just under a hot tap. Add a little bit of washing up liquid if you want to. Some people say don't, it ruins it. Other people say it doesn't matter. Whatever, I don't care. Add a bit if you want, I'm going to. Just give it a good, wash through, and then leave it to dry. Make sure it's thoroughly dry before you put it back. So let's go and have a wash, shall we? Well, there's our filter now, as you can see, a lot cleaner. Still wet though, needs to be hung out for about a couple of hours. But it's much cleaner than it was. That's just hot water gone through it and a little bit of washing up liquid. Just a drop, and keep wringing it out until the water's clean and no more bubbles come out. And then that's a nice clean filter for you. Lovely job now. Just going to hang it up. It's just quite late at night now. It's 8:30. I'm going to hang it up and I'll come back in the morning and put it back in. But let's put it up there. What you can do in the meantime is just reassemble the rest of your hoover. So you can put the trying to do it with one hand here. Got to try and do it with one hand. So put the battery. Oops. Around the right way preferably. Put the battery back on there, and then you can put your oh dear, this ain't gonna go well, is it? This ain't gonna go well. Put your cyclone unit thingamajiggy back. It would help if I could video it and not video the floor, but trying to do it with one hand. Right, back in a minute. Right, it's a lot easier with two hands. Anyway, cyclone unit back on. Put the bin back on. It's going to be another two-hand job. Back in a minute. Right, it's a lot. There we go, it's all back together. Now, in the morning or whenever you come back and your filter's dry, you can see that without a filter in it, it won't work without a filter in it. So there's no way that you can use it without the filter. So I usually just like to put it back together so that no stuff can get in the motor. And then when your filter's done, pop it back open, stick the filter back in, put it back together, job done. So I hope that was useful anyway. Maybe pointless, but useful. Keep your hoovers clean and they'll keep your house clean. That's the way it goes. Look after your stuff, man. Especially when you pay a lot of money these days. Sweet.